So welcome to Dheeraj Mahajan channel. I am GCP 10x certified. In previous lecture, I have let you know what is BPC native BPC, which is specifically used for creating a GKE cluster. BPC native GKE cluster. So in previous lecture I told you in coming lecture I will let you know with BPC native BPC how we can create the GKE BPC native cluster. So in this video I will let you know I will create a GKE private cluster with GKE BPC native BPC and using the Terraform only. So I will use the Terraform. Concern is when I say Terraform, the concern of creating this video using the Terraform is that for most of the organization always look for creating the landing zone from folder to project to even end to end till the deployment is done using the Terraform. So it is IIC tool specifically used for the creating the landing zones. That's why I choose the Terraform to be used for creating this GKE private cluster using the BPC. So Terraform I am using. So I will go through what are the files I have with me. Let me if my screen is visible to you guys. So I have a Terraform folder. In Terraform folder, I have a different folders created. I have a one main file where I am calling the each of the module. You can say I have this template in which I am calling a network module, I am calling a firewall module, I am calling the GKE module, then I will calling the node pool. In previous lecture I have let you know I have called this module and created the network. And after that I have created a firewall rule for particular network. These already we have done. So in today's lecture I will let you know to create a GKE cluster that depend upon your BPC native BPC. And one more important thing is the GKE cluster we are creating here that is totally based on the industrial norms, and specifically when we create the GKE cluster we are not creating the default node pool. We will remove the default node pool and we will create a separate node pool for this. I will go through with the one of the files I have with me. I have a GKE cluster main.tf, right? I have this is my main.tf in which the GKE cluster configuration I have written. So that I have variable.tf from which the variables are coming. I have a cluster range, I have a service range comes with the concept of the BPC native only. I have a maintenance window, I have a notification, so I have a master authorized range. So for demo purpose I am keeping it 0.0. I am in this cluster I am keeping the control plane as a public, but my node pool is totally private. I am enabling the private nodes equal to true, and I am giving the master IPv CDR block that is specifically used for creating your GKE cluster, right? It will use this range for creating, right? So suddenly I have added presently network policy config. I am keeping it disabled, right? Not required for me right now. So you can enable accordingly, right? So these are my files. So these are variable.tf. So these are variables I am using for this specific GKE cluster. Then I have a node pool configuration where I am creating a node pool configuration. In this node pool I am with the name of my pool with node count equal to 1 for demo purpose, and this will using the only 2 zones, right? So I have not taken the 3 zones, right? So some basic configuration I have taken. So here I use the depend upon. Depend on means, so first of all this particular service account will be created, and this service account will be used as a part of my node pool service account. So let's go through and let do some practical on this part, right? Let me apply the, so I will apply the GK1, right? Because why I am doing this? Because my network and firewall already have covered in my previous lecture. So just I will go for apply. It is asking me to have a please provide configuration. Hello, I'm just keeping the enter ready here. So this will start creating your GK cluster. It approximately take around 5 to 10 minutes with creation of this GK private cluster. And the concern is that with this, the GK private cluster we will create having the no default node pool, which comes under best practice of the industrial norms. Once this is created, I will go and apply for my node pool configuration. So one more concept is here. Why I am keeping applying by module? I can apply technically also. The concern is that, so when one resource gets created, it will take around 1 to 2 minutes, 180 seconds approximately to get settled down, and then only the input of that particular source can be used on the as the output of the another file. Output of one can be used as the input of another file, right? So that's why it is good practice to apply module by module. So you can make this as a handler also, right? You can apply this module with the handlers, right? The concern is that creating the landing zone for your deployment, specifically which contain your folder structure, which contain your projects, which contain your service accounts, which contain your APIs, which contains your specifically network firewall rules, everything from end to end we will create using the Terraform only. Let me see what is happening in the background. I will take you back through. 1 second. Let me go there. Let me see what's going on. I will go to the GK cluster. Cluster is creating, right? Number of the nodes equal to 3, right? So what if you see the, so it is around 58% is completion, right? Presently you will see this default node pool, right? So I have a property in my node pool, Terraform node pool configuration, that it will delete this default node pool because it doesn't come under good practice to create the GK cluster with the default node pool. So you can see that it's almost 64% completion, right? It approximately take around 5 to 10 minutes, right? Then after that we will go with the configuration of the node pool. Health checkups are creating, right? In the default node pool, see, default node is created with the test network with the subnet. So this will get deleted. This will get deleted, right? Reason being, because I have given in my configuration that my default node pool will get deleted once my cluster comes healthy, so that I will use the node pool which I am looking for, not the default pool. Default pool is come with the default cluster creation, right? But which is doesn't come under the good practice. So best practice we are doing this. Approximately still in 67%. So never get so much hurried. We wait, keep waiting for the things to be done as per the plan, right? So it will take normally. Never get so much worried why it is taking so much of time. Normally it will take time because creation of 3 nodes, deletion of this default node pool, then creation of a new node pool. Definitely it will take some time. Meanwhile, let me go and I will show you some my code for my Visual Studio, what is going behind in there, right? So you can see there in Visual Studio, so things are getting created in the background. So meanwhile, I will let you show my node pool configuration also. This is my node pool configuration in which I am creating one node pool, and this node pool with the name my pool. I am getting this variable from my variable.tf, name of the cluster and project name, right? Which I will apply after this, and the new node pool will be creating with this size with the 100 GB, right? And I am taking this as a PD standard. You can have a choose. You can choose accordingly, right? Image type, that is cause containerized image. So by default, so config the node pool configuration will use a cause image. That is by default secure images for creating the node pool, right? There is a Ubuntu also, but cause is your containerized image, Docker images, right? Node pool comes with the cause container D. So this is a container D as a runtime, right? So machine type for demo purpose, I'm not using an SST. Machine type I'm taking as a false. Preemptibles I'm keeping the false. I did not require any preemptible VMs, right? So specifically service account I am using. I have already depend upon this. Depend upon means so until unless this service account get created, right? So first this service account get created, then this service account will be used as a part of this my node pool, right? This service account will get a role, right? This service account will get a role, right, of the editor role. By this time I have taken this as a editor role. Might be later on based on requirement you can change it. Let me check what's the status right now. So you can see, so it is deleting the default node pool. You can see here, cluster got created, it is deleting this, right? it is deleting this default node pool. So when this process will get completed, we will have a zero node cluster with zero nodes. So number of the nodes become 1, so it will also delete this, right? Almost deletion is almost done. It is deleting, right? It is updating the cluster with this, so it is coordinating. You can see. So Google is doing all these things. It is coordinating and deleting and everything, so that it will not receive any traffic. Let it run in the background, right? It will take its required time. So this is what happening in the background, right? So let me see, let me update the things. Let me see, I think almost incomplete. See, number of the nodes become 0. It is almost done. So it has deleted the default node pool. So you can see that. We have 0 nodes, no default node pool is there. So yeah, it is done. Let me check. What's the status now? So let me go there and I will check it. So my cluster is up and running. So I have a with my pool is ready. So I have a cluster with node pool with my pool with 2 nodes, and I have a default node pool get created. It's a completely private cluster, right? You have a, if you see, this is my node pool, and this node pool having your private IPs, right? This is having your private IPs, no public IP on this. This is my pool. You can see everything in there, right? You can see this is the my machine type. This is the standard disk I have taken 100 GB, right? And this is a network. Ports ranging is given there. By default it is taken from there. And this is a network they have used. This is the subnet it is using. It is used, right? And I will let you know to the service account part also. You see, it has created the service account and it has used that service account. So this is specifically assessing the. So if you want to connect this, let me create how to connect this, right? Just so I am keeping the authorized range 0.0 so that it can be connected from any of the shell also. Let me check it. So guys, in this way we can create the GK private VPC native cluster using the Terraform only. I hope you understand and you able to get this concept, which is very important in present scenario, to create the landing zone and the GK cluster using the Terraform only. It's taking some time, no worries, but our concern is completed. So we have created the GK private cluster using the Terraform only. Okay, so you can see, able to see. Let me hit this. I will authorize fetching the data. kubectl get nodes. Sorry, my mistake. So it is not. It's kubectl get. So you able to see, I am able to get. So thank you guys. I hope you like this video and you able to understand how to create a GK private cluster using Terraform with VPC native and assessing it using the Cloud Shell. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. And keep watching, keep like and subscribing my channel. Thanks a lot.